Assalamualaikum and hi. Our group will present about MyTrans Schoolwear System, where it is a platform for the parents for buy the school uniform for their children. Our member is Nur Azida binti Muhammad Fazli, Nik Nur Izzati binti Nik Husin, dan Nur Amira binti Ahmad.
Introduction for our system. This project is about the school uniform system, where this system will help students, especially primary school students, to make their choice in order to buy school uniform that fit with their size. We name this system as MyTrans Schoolwear System, which provide trendy school uniform for boys and girls. The size uniform that only available are 14, 16, 18, 24, 30 and 34 only. In this system, user need to choose either to buy school uniform boys or school uniform girls. Then, user need to choose any size that fit with them. When size has been chosen, the user need enter the quantity. Then, the system will show the size is not available when the size that user enter does not have the stock. The system is very friendly user, which is the user can delete their choice if they're not interested in purchase the order. Lastly, this system is very easy to use and it will help students to buy their uniform. Objective for our system. The purpose of this project is to help parents that busy with their work until does not have time to go buy school uniform for their children, and we name as MyTrans Schoolwear System. The first one is to design a system that will provide a better experience to user in online shopping. With this system, the students and their parents does not have to waste their time to go any market in order to buy school uniform. The user can do their online shopping anytime and anyway without need to go any market. The second one is to design a system that meet the user's requirement. Using the user requirement, we'll develop the system that match and meet users' requirement. This system must be user-friendly and have the common interface, ensure convenient and easy to explore for all users. The last one is to develop a system that will have user well organized. With this system, it will help the students easy to make their choice in buy school uniform and view them in a beautiful because of the well organized. Target audience for our system. The target audience for MyTrans Schoolwear System can be divided into two important aspects, which are student category and age. This criteria implements in the system in order to make sure the user is more convenient and easily understand the main target of the system. For category of student, we can be divided into two, which are primary school student and secondary school student. The age of student we can be divided into two, which are 7 years old until 20 years old, and the second one is 13 years old until 17 years old.
For pseudocode of the program, firstly write start and then to sort stack, must declare stack integer tmp stack equal new stack integer. After that, pop out the first element while temporary stack is not empty and top of the stack is smaller than temp. Next is pop from temporary stack and push it to the input stack, and then push temp into temporary of stack and return to tmp stack. Meanwhile, for the sort array using stack, must declare sort array using stack int bracket array int n. After that, must declare stack integer input equal new stack integer. must insert array component which is for int I equal to 0, curly bracket, I must less than n, curly bracket, and I plus plus, I increment. Push array element to stack and declare stack as a stack integer tmp stack equal sort stack input. After that, sort the temporary stack and declare for int equal to 0, I must be less than n, and I increment. Put a stack element into array and then pop from temporary stack and n4. For the linear search, must declare input linear search bracket int bracket array comma int key. Also must declare bracket int equal to 0. I must less than array dot length and I increment. If match the key element with array element, key element is found. Then return to I. If not, key element is not found, it will then return to -1 and n4. And then print my trans courier system. Also print exclusive deal and review of the Pakaian Sekolah Online. Print Koshibo material. Print A for the school uniform boy and print B for the school uniform girls and print the choice. And then must declare the input bracket array equal to 16, 13, 24, 18, 34, and 14. Also declare input n equal to array.length. Next, print the size of searching and then declare again input key equal to scan next int bracket. And then print in bracket key plus is found at index plus linear search in bracket array key plus it is still available. Sort array using stack array comma n and print the available size. Declare for in bracket int equal to 0. I must less than array.length and I increment. Print only and then test. N4. And then N4. Input size, comma, I, comma, del, comma, count equal to 0. Declare input array bracket equal to new int 15. Print quantity of the uniform and then declare size equal to scan dot next int bracket. Print enter size of the uniform and then declare for in bracket I equal to 0, I must less than size and I increment. And then declare array in bracket I equal to scan dot next int bracket. And then N4. Print do you want to delete the size and also print press 1 for yes and 0 for no. If number equal to 1, print enter the size of the uniform to be deleted. Declare the delete del equal to scan the next int bracket. Declare for in bracket I equal to 0, I must less than size and I increment. If array I equal to del and then declare in bracket int j equal to 1, j must less than size equal to 1 and j increment, and then declare array j must equal then array in bracket j plus 1. Declare count plus plus and break. If count equal to 0, print element not found as print element deleted successfully. Print now the new size of the uniform. And then declare for in bracket I equal to 0, I must less than in bracket size minus 1 and I increment. And then print array I plus text. As if number equal to 0, system exit. Print thank you for your interested. Please come again and write N.
Okay, next, we'll continue with the coding of my trans schoolwise system. In this coding, we apply three elements which are array, sorting using the stick, and searching. Okay, firstly we need to create the main method where it is the platform for the user to interact with the system. Firstly, we create the scan as variable for the scanner coding to enable user input the information through their keyboard, and then it will output the My Trans Schoolware system, exclusive deals and reviews of Pakaian Sekolah Online, quotable material, and it will give the option for the user either to choose A for school uniform boys, B for school uniform girls. After that, we create the integer array equal to curly bracket 16, 30, 24, 18, 34, and 40. It is because we want to put the available stock as element in the array and not in the sort state. Then we create integer n equal to array.length for sorting element to make it more easy to read, and we can sort it using stick with declare the variable n as array.length. From the coding sort array using stack array n, it want to sort, then it go to the method of sort array using stack that we created before. In this method, it will read according to the parameter given, which is array is array and a is n, both using integer as data type. And then we declare the variable input in stack coding. And then we use for loop for int j equal to 0, j smaller than a, and j increment, and then the variable is input.push array j, where it push all the elements in the array. So for the stack integer temporary state equal to sort state input, it will start sort according to the given input by link to the sort state method. In sort state method, we create the variable temporary state just for the temporary. Then why not input the empty is to put the conditions, not input the empty for stack for not empty. For int tmp, or we known as temporary, equal to input.pick, it means it will fetch the first or the top elements in the state. So by using pop method, it used to pop up the first element if not is not use any parameter. So why not temporary state.empty and temporary state dot pick smaller than temporary, input.push temporary dot pick, it means it's pop from the temporary state and push it to the input state. And last but not least is enter the return temporary state, which is it return to the temporary state. It must return the function because it will return the value or the element to the stick. After that, we use for loop int I equal to 0, I smaller than a, I increment for put state element in array. So then array I equal to temporary state dot pick, it means it retrieve the element and then it's pop out. So we use the for loop for int I equal to 0, I smaller than array dot length, I increment, where it's print out the array, then it's put the array I and it will be exit the available size that have been sorted. And then the system will print the available size, and then For user input the information for the question of what size did you searching, we create the variable key equal to scan.net integer. So for the answer of the question is it is still available plus key. Key is we get from the user enter. When system try to find the location size, it will link to the method linear search. In a method linear search, by looking at value where stated at the linear search parameter, we use for loop for int I equal to 0, I smaller than array.length, I increment. We use it because we want to compare the element in array with the key that user input. If array I is equal to the key that user input, then it will return the length of array where it shows the location of the size that available. If not, it will return -1. And then we declare integer size I delete, or we short form del, and count equal to 0. Then we declare array equal to new integer 50, where we maximum the number is 50, and we declare the array as the temporary. By the variable size, the user will enter the quantity of the uniform that they wanted. After that, user can enter the size of the uniform that they wanted. And again, we use the for loop to give the user to enter what size that they wanted, but it's all based on the quantity that they answered. Like for I equal to 0, I is smaller than size, I increment, array I equal to scan.net integer. We also provide to the user the option either they want to delete or not the size that they have chosen before. So the user can press 1 for yes and 0 for no, and we will make sure the user interact with the system with using the variable no. And if no equal to 1, the output will be shown, and we declare for I equal to 0, I smaller than size, and I increment. In this loop, if array equal to delete, and for int j equal to I, j smaller than size minus I, and j increment, where it's want to make the size is removed, so array j is equal to array j plus 1. Then it will count increment and then break. While if count equal to 0, it will show the element is not found, as if not to 0, the element is delete successful, and it will give the user, and it will acknowledge the user the letter size for using the for loop. For I equal to 0, I is smaller than size minus 1, and I increment. So it, and last but not least, as if no equal to 0, it will pop up the message, thank you for the interested, and please scan again. Then the system will be exit. Next is the output of the system. Firstly, to make it easy for the user, it will provide the option to the user either to choose school uniform for boys or for girls. After the user made the option, by press A for school uniform boys, press B for the school uniform girl, it will provide the available size of the uniform school, which are 14, 16, 18, 24, 30, and 34 only. So, we will ensure the user will be more easy and alert to choose their size. After the user insert the size, it will acknowledge user that the size is available and where the size is located. Then, the user need to insert the quantity of the uniform that they wanted and with their size. Before exit the system, it will show to the user whether they want to delete the size or not. If they want to delete, they can press 1, and if not, they can press 0. If the user press 1 for delete, it will ask user the size that they want to delete. If the user press 1 for delete, it will ask user to enter the size that they want to delete, and it will acknowledge user that the size is successful delete, and it will give the user the remaining size. After press 0, the system will be exit after leaving the message.
Conclusion for our system. This project is about a system for people such as people or students to buy school uniform in online. This system will help users to survey the school uniform without go to store by themselves. And also the user can find their size of school uniform in the system. There are some limitations in the system, improvement and enhancement is needed to make the system better in the future. That's all for our group. Thank you.